Hey guys, so welcome in. So I thought that tonight I would hop on and do a wind down Wednesday, or a Wednesday night wind down. So we're going to be doing just some chair stretches tonight, super easy, super simple, just something to sort of relax you out on your Wednesday night if you want to join along. So I'm not going to do like a ton of talking, but I will guide some of the stretches. So this is going to be a seated chair stretch session, a little R&B stretch sesh. So I encourage you, if you have just a chair, to grab that, make yourself comfortable, get yourself something to drink, and get ready to join me. One of your friends is live. So I have a playlist for tonight's little deep stretch, and it is available on Spotify. So anybody that wants the playlist, you can find it on Spotify. Like I said, if you have a chair, go ahead and grab that. We're going to be doing some seated stretches tonight. And so I hope that this sort of helps you to wind on down. So for tonight's focus, we're going to be doing kind of full body. We're going to get into head stretches, shoulder stretches, arm stretches, and some hamstring stretches. And also, I want you to just be mindful and cognizant that we are moving very, very slowly through this. This is a sensual deep stretch, so this is going to be all about dropping out of the head, coming into the body. I don't know what kind of day you've had today or what kind of week you've had so far. I know it's been just a little bit hectic. I've heard just going on out in the world in general at large. So live restricted for some audiences. Okay. Visibility is restricted for 10 minutes. Your live is not eligible for recommendation. Restriction will be removed once you turn on the content disclosure setting. I'm not really sure, because you may be promoting a brand, product, or service. I'm not promoting anything. That's like super weird. I don't even know what that's saying. It's trying to like restrict the live. Literally, we're just stretching TikTok, so I'm not really sure what that's all about. But anyways, I know that it's probably been a pretty hectic week, so not sure how your week has gone, how your week has been, but we're going to just wind it down and stretch it out a little bit. This is probably maybe the 4th or 5th time that I've done one of these in particular on live on TikTok. It's kind of easier to do this on YouTube, so I hope that you can see me pretty well, but you can just follow along with the stretches if you'd like. So once again, if you have a chair, you can go ahead and grab that, make yourself nice and comfortable and cozy in your chair, and we will go ahead and get ready to get started. So as people are continuing to come on in, hi, welcome to the live. We are doing a R&B deep stretch tonight. So if you are getting ready for bed, or if you're winding down, this is just something to really go ahead and just kickstart your night, and help you sort of ease into the body, drop out of the head, and come on into your senses, come on into your soma, come on into your body. Most of us are not stretching on a regular basis, and I'm even guilty of that sometimes. So I think that doing these on Wednesday nights is a good way also to sort of introduce you to just making sure that you're stretching out the body. So I hope that this is a nice little stretch for you, and we're actually going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start our playlist. Like I said, there is the playlist. It is available on Spotify. And so we'll go ahead and get started. So if you are in a chair, you have a chair, you can go ahead and sit down or get nice and comfy and cozy in our chair. And if you would, tap the screen, share the live. Let's try to get people involved in caring for your wellness, caring for how you stretch, how you take care of yourself. And so to just go ahead and drop out of the head into the body, we'll just start with some shoulder rolls. So bringing the shoulders up toward the ears, looping them back and down. And we'll just take a few rounds of shoulder rolls. So as you inhale, bring the shoulders up toward the ears. And as you exhale, allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Relax and release any tension in the body. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale, relax, drop the shoulders down. Again, inhale up. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Inhale up. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. So we'll bring the shoulder rolls forward this time. Again, inhaling up, exhaling as the shoulders come down. And we want to be mindful about the type of circle we're making with the shoulders. Again, this brings us into mind-body connection, okay? Bringing our awareness into how we're moving through the shoulders, okay? And we want to take this nice and slow. So if you find that you're moving your shoulders like this, we want to slow that motion down, super duper slow. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Good, one more round. And we're gonna drop our chin to the chest, and we'll start a round of head circles. So nice and slow, we'll take the head over, left ear comes to the left shoulder. And then we'll drop the head back down, coming through the center. Right ear makes its way to the right shoulder. And on an exhale, we'll drop the chin to the chest. Left ear comes back to the left shoulder, but this time we'll take it even farther, drawing a circle with the nose and circling the head all the way around. And again, we're just moving really slow, allowing any stress, any tension from the day to just melt away with your movement. One more time, inhale, drawing a circle with the nose, and we'll exhale as the head comes down. And then we're gonna take it in the opposite direction. So inhale, right ear comes to the right shoulder again. And we'll draw a circle with the nose. Nice and slow. Through the center, inhale. Exhale to bring it down. And if you find any spaces that feel tight or tense, or like you just want to hang out there for a moment, feel free to hang out in any area of the body for however long it feels comfortable for you. And beautiful, we'll loop the shoulders back up and we'll take a neck stretch. So we're gonna go left ear to the left shoulder, and we're gonna take our left hand and bring it behind the back. Actually, just kidding, take your right hand, bring it behind the back. So we want the opposite shoulder to be extended, and by bringing that hand behind the back, that's gonna help us with extension. And we'll take the left hand, bring it up, and then we're gonna just gently bring the left ear to the left shoulder. And we'll hold here for 3 breaths. One more big deep breath in through the nose. Good, exhale, we'll gently release. And we'll switch sides, so bringing that left hand behind the back and releasing the right hand. And we'll bring that hand up and over, gently bringing that right ear to the right shoulder. And as you begin to settle into the body, you can feel free to close your eyes, feel free to relax. We don't want to collapse in our posture though, okay? So we want to keep our spine nice and tall while we're seated in our chair. And we'll take 2 more breaths. Beautiful. And keeping this right hand up toward the back of your head, we'll bring the left hand up to meet the right. We're going to interlace the fingers and cradle the back of the head, keeping the chest nice and open, and we're going to lean back, opening the chest, stretching the back. And on an exhale, we'll bring it forward. And we can just gently stretch it out from side to side here. And we'll inhale, exhale, stretch the back again. So just leaning back into the stretch. And bring it up. And so we'll take this right into a side body twist. So we're going to bring our hands down and we're going to twist to the left. So you can grab onto the back of your chair. Keeping the spine nice and tall. Welcome in. We are just doing an R&B chair stretch tonight. If you've got a chair, if you need to get a few stretches in before you go to bed, feel free to join us. Share the live with a goddess friend that you think might enjoy this. Tap the screen if you would. And we're going to go ahead and inhale, bring both arms up. And we're going to exhale, take that side body twist to the right. And it's all right if you get a little crackles. You might feel your back cracking a little bit. And we're going to inhale, bring the arms up. So we'll take the right hand, grab the left wrist, and we'll inhale nice and deep. On an exhale, we'll take a side body stretch to the right. So really lengthening and stretching through your side body. On an inhale, pull it up. And we're going to switch the hands here. So left hand grabs the right wrist. We're going to climb up nice and tall on an inhale. Exhale, left side. And inhale, bring it back up. And we'll cactus the arms down. And we're going to take the left arm, bring it across the body, right hand reaches up to grab, shoulder stretch. We'll take a couple of breaths in our shoulder stretch, and then we're going to go opposite shoulder. So welcome in, everybody. We are doing a R&B chair stretch tonight. Just winding it down on a Wednesday night. If you have a chair, jump on in. If you don't have a chair, you can have a seat on the floor. Jump right in and join us. If you did not stretch today, jump right in and join us. And we'll take the arms out to the sides. And we're gonna bring them back in. This time, right arm comes across the body, left arm comes up to grab, stretching the right shoulder. Slowing down the breath, dropping out of the head, coming into the body. Letting go of any tension, any stress from your day today. Good, we're gonna open the arms back up. And we're gonna come back into that cactus. And we're just gonna take a side body twist from cactus here, keeping the arms nice and wide. And back to the center, we're gonna inhale. Exhale, we're gonna go opposite direction. Inhale, nice and slow, come back to the center. So we're gonna reach the arms up. Left hand is gonna grab the right elbow. And we'll stretch the tricep. And just taking a few deep breaths in here. We're gonna take a few deep breaths in each one of the stretches that we do here. So at least 3 if that's good for you. If you want a deeper stretch, you can hang out in each stretch for 5 minutes, good God, for 5 breaths, which is a little bit more ideal. And 5 minutes in a stretch is actually not bad. That's where we get more into like a yin style of yoga, which is really good for the fascia. But today we're just gonna hang out and take a few breaths in each stretch. And on your next exhale, we'll release the arms, cactus them back down. We'll inhale the arms up. This time, right hand is going to grab left elbow. And we're gonna stretch out the tricep on this side. Again, 3 nice deep breaths in the stretch. Welcome in for those of you who might just be popping on the live. We are just doing a deep stretch here tonight. So come on in, feel free if you have a chair, if you're on the floor, feel free to join us for stretching. And on your next exhale, we're gonna release the arms down. So we're gonna take, I guess, what would be considered kind of like a seated cat-cow. So we're doing flexion and extension of the spine. So we're going to round the back, shoulders come forward. And then on an inhale, we're gonna pull the chest through, arching through the back. So exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And so on your inhale, you're bringing in, we're opening the chest. On the exhale, we're closing everything down. So inhale is opening it up, pulling in all the good energy, good air, good oxygen, and then exhale, release. 2 more times. Inhale, chest comes forward. Exhale, we're gonna round through the back. And last one, inhale, chest comes forward, arching through the back. Feel free to tilt the chin up. And on your exhale, round it out. Shoulders are forward, spine is rounded, belly button is drawn in toward the spine. And we'll inhale, come back to center. so we're gonna move into our wrist stretch. So we'll just take the arms, bring the right hand forward, and we're gonna lift up the palm. So hand is gonna be up like this, and we're taking the left hand and just gently pulling back on the fingers. So we don't wanna overdo it. We just wanna stretch out the wrists. If you write, if you type, if you have work where you are at a computer constantly or doing anything with your hands, this is a really great way to just stretch out your wrists. And bring it down. Good, and then we'll just switch sides. So taking it to the left hand. And bringing the wrist down. Beautiful, and we'll take the wrist here, making some fists with the hands. And we're just gonna rotate the wrists as well. So making circles with the wrists. And we'll bring it in the opposite direction. Good, open and close. Open, close. Open and close. Good. So we're gonna take what's called a piriformis stretch. So this is really good if you have piriformis syndrome, sciatica. It's gonna really stretch out the outer hip. So we're gonna take our right leg and we'll bring that up, placing the ankle just over the top of the left thigh. And we're gonna flex through the foot. And so if this is good for you, you can just hold it here. In fact, you can bring your arms up and we'll just hold here. But if you feel like you could use a little bit more of a stretch, then we'll go ahead and we'll take the hands. You can place the hands at the hips and we're just gonna hinge forward. I don't know why that keeps on saying that I'm like promoting a product or something right now. All right, anyway, so we're gonna hinge forward at the hip. And so you'll really feel that on the outside of the hip into the hip socket. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. And last one, nice deep inhale. And exhale it out. Go ahead and massage through the calf. And this is just a little gentle touch. Maybe you didn't go get a massage today. I know I didn't. And so sometimes it's always nice for a little self-massage. No problem with that. Just to stimulate the flow of blood within the legs. Good, and so we'll bring that leg down and we're gonna go with the opposite leg. So we'll bring the left leg up this time. And if you happen to have gotten off and you're on the right leg and I'm on the left leg, it don't matter. Just know that if I'm going to the opposite side, then you're going to the opposite side too. Whatever that opposite side is for you. So we'll bring the left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Again, we're gonna flex through the foot. And once again, if this is already enough for you, we can inhale, bring those arms up and hold here. But if you are interested in a deeper stretch, then we'll bring the hands either to the hips or just to, I usually take one hand to the foot and one hand to the outside of the knee, but we're gonna, keeping the spine straight, we'll hinge forward just a little bit. And you can hinge forward as much as you need to until you feel that stretch really good in your outer hip over here. So again, this piriformis stretch, this is a really good one. If you run a lot, if you sit down a lot, if you're at a desk all day, this is also a really good way to sort of like stretch through the outside of the glute. Hey girl. Oh, you said cute shoes. They're like socks, but they have they're yoga socks. They have grippies on the bottom. And we'll take 2 more deep breaths here in our piriformis stretch. And we are almost done, you guys. All right, so we'll move back into that calf massage on the other side. Once again, just to stimulate blood flow and just to massage out the leg. You can bring it all the way down to the foot if you'd like. Sometimes I like to bring it down to my foot. And we'll take that foot and bring it down. And we're gonna stretch out the hamstring. I'm not sure if you can see like all the way down to my feet, but we're just gonna extend each leg out in front of us to stretch that hamstring out. So you may wanna scoot down to the edge of your chair just a little bit if it's a little bit more comfortable. And we'll start on the right side, so taking the right foot, and we're gonna just extend the right foot out. You can flex through the foot. And we're just gonna hinge forward over the hip here. So make sure that we're not collapsing in the back. You want to keep your posture nice and straight, but we're just hinging forward at the hips, and you should feel that nice and deeply in the back of your leg through your hamstring, keeping the toes pointed up towards the sky or flexed. And as we've done for this entire time, we'll take 3 nice deep breaths here in our hamstring stretch. And on your last breath, I want you to see if on your exhale, you can bring that chest a little closer to the tops of the thighs. So as you inhale nice and deep, exhale, and see if you can stretch in just a little further. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and take that leg up. Ooh, my bones are crackling. And then we're gonna take the left leg and we're gonna do the same thing. So we will extend our left leg out in front of us this time. Right leg stays bent. You can bring the hands to the hips. We're gonna take a nice deep inhale. On an exhale, we're gonna hinge forward at the hips. Again, keeping that foot flexed so toes are pointed up toward the sky. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. Nice inhale. Slow exhale. And on your last exhale, again, I want you to see if you can bring that chest even closer to the tops of the thighs, or if you can extend into the stretch even deeper. So we're gonna take a nice inhale and a slow exhale, and on that exhale, we're gonna see if we can lean farther into that stretch. Thank you for the likes. Good. Go ahead and bring it up on an inhale. We'll bring those legs back together. So we're into our last 2 stretches. We've got 2 more stretches tonight, and then we'll do a small little bout of breath work. We're going to do box breathing tonight, a 4-4-4-4 box breathing method, and then we will be all complete. So once again, thank you guys for joining me for R&B chair stretch tonight. We're going to go ahead and open the open and so we're going to do what's called a torso twist, and so we're just going to twist the upper side body, so slightly different from the upper body twist that we did earlier. We want to bring the hands onto the tops of the thighs, and we're twisting the shoulder in toward the legs, or in toward the opposite knee. And inhale, exhale, switch. And inhale, we come to the center. We exhale, fall into the stretch. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale, fall into your stretch. One more round. Inhale, exhale, stretch. And inhale, twist it out, exhale, fall into the stretch. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to fall into our chest circles, I think. So we'll keep the legs exactly how they are. And so we're going to move into some chest circles. And so to start, you want to just isolate the chest. So chest circling is simple, but it's really easy to overcomplicate these movements. So starting with isolations, we're going to go to the right, forward, to the left, and then backwards. So right, forward, left, back. Right, forward, left, back. And then we'll smooth it out. But keep it nice and slow, okay? We want to stay very intentional as you move through your circling. Inhaling as the chest comes forward. And exhaling as we bring it around. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale forward. And exhale back. And so now we're going to take it in the opposite direction. So we'll isolate once more. So to the left side this time, leading with the side body. Chest comes forward. Chest comes to the right, or side body comes to the right, and then back. Left, forward, right, back. Left, forward, right, and back. And then we'll smooth it out again. Exhaling as you come around the back. Inhale as the chest comes forward. So remember, we're inhale, opening up, big breath in. Exhale, closing it off as we come around the back. And here, you really want to take your time to just kind of find what feels good in the body. And that's really what this is all about tonight, is just dropping out of the head, coming into the body, and finding what feels good. One more time. Good. We'll bring the legs back together to meet. And we'll send this into single shoulder rolls this time, taking them back. Again, we inhale, exhale as the shoulder comes down. Inhale up toward the ears, Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. All right. So last but not least, so good stretch. We're gonna jump into our box breathing before I call it a night with y'all. Once again, thank you to everybody that came on the live. The replay of our live tonight will be available on YouTube. So for those of you that popped in and had to leave or weren't able to sit in for the full live and do the stretches, or for those of you that maybe did not jump on the live but are catching this on the replay, then this will be available on YouTube as well, probably tomorrow. So for box breathing, we're gonna go ahead and sit up nice and tall and straight. After your stretches, we should feel pretty loosey-goosey. Hopefully any tension, any stress, just anything that you might have been carrying weight-wise in your body has been released, and you feel better than you did when you first sat down with me today. We're gonna finish this out with some breath. Breath is the key element. It is the be-all, the is-all, the everything. Connecting to our breath definitely brings us out of the head and puts us into connection with our body. Being in the breath brings us into connection with our emotions. And being in the breath allows us to really just tap in and sort of access a part of ourselves that we don't normally get to access because our brain is constantly moving, or we are constantly moving throughout the day. So a box breathing method just means that we're going to do equal parts of the breath the entire time. So we're going to inhale for 4, we're going to hold for 4, we're going to exhale for 4, and we're going to hold for 4 at the bottom. So just be mindful that we are holding at the top and at the bottom of the breath, as opposed to just consistently inhaling and exhaling without a pause in between. So sitting up nice and tall and straight, if you will. Relaxing the shoulders. You can bring the palms to the tops of the thighs. You can bring the palms up to receive, palms down to ground. And we'll take a breath in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Good. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. If you'd like, you can bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, where you can begin to feel into your breath. And we're holding, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to allow you to just simply keep this pace on your own. And we'll take 5 more rounds of our box breathing. And then we'll be all complete for tonight. Once again, I thank you for joining me for chair stretch. I hope that you feel nice and loosey-goosey and ready for bed. And that any stress or tension that may have been holding in the body that you came in with has been broken up and released. Once again, the replay will be available on YouTube. I'm glad that you took this time tonight to join me, to show up for yourself. It's not always easy to show up to stretching. It's not always easy to show up for breath. But most of the time when you do, it's not something that you regret. And we'll take our last deep breath in through the nose. Hold at the top. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 2, 3, 4. And so before we stop, so that should have felt really good. It would bring your heart rate down, calm you down. When we deep breathe, it activates our parasympathetic nervous system. So anytime we are stressed or just going through like really rough motions of the day, our brain sort of acts in fight or flight. We're constantly releasing cortisol or adrenaline. Like we're on, we're ready to go, we're moving. So when we can take the time to drop into that deep breath, the deep breaths, especially on a breath where it's equal length or where our exhale is longer than the inhale, we begin to come into rest and digest as opposed to fight or flight, which is a much better space to be in. So before we go, we're going to take 2 deep breaths and we're going to give them a really audible, loud exhale. And we want to make that exhale longer than our inhale. So we can count this out as maybe an inhale for 4 and an exhale for 6. But really, I want you to be more intuitive about it, right? Your own body carries its own wisdom. Your own body knows how it needs and wants to take in and release those breaths. So more so than thinking about making sure that you've counted this out correctly, I want you to inhale until you can't inhale anymore. Hold at the top for just a moment, and then unclench your jaw, release the tongue from the roof of your mouth, and allow your mouth to open and give a really audible exhale. Okay, and we'll do 2 rounds. So we'll take an inhale. And we'll do that 1 more time. Take an inhale, nice and deep. Hold at the top. Open the mouth and allow that exhale out and to be audible. And sometimes it's silly, it can make you feel kind of funny or what have you, but definitely it is working behind the scenes and in parts of your body that you may or may not recognize. So once again, you guys, thank you for joining me. If you will tap the screen for me before we go. I thank you for being here. For those of you that were on the live, I know people were coming in and out, but those of you that stayed, thank you so much. I hope that you feel much better than when you first came in for today. And I'm gonna get out of here. So if anybody has any questions, you can drop them in the comments right now before we go. Otherwise, thank you guys, and I think I will be back to take a stab at this again next Wednesday night. I think I'm wanting to make the Wednesday wind down a thing. So if you weren't able to join earlier, or if you popped in kind of late, we'll be doing this again next week. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad that you were able to be here, and hopefully if you were able to join in the stretches, I definitely hope that you feel a lot better than before you came in. You know, sometimes it's kind of tough to get started or get in and actually sit in and do it, but truthfully, like, no one has ever come to stretch class and was like, oh, I hate that I showed up to do stretching. So I'm glad that you enjoyed that. All right, you guys, so thank you guys for being here. Namaste, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great night.